Welcome to CSN the Network Podcast. This is your host, Kayvon Cutler, with my amazing co-hosts, Dree Nazario and Malik Hampton. How are y'all doing this evening?
Doing good, man. Happy to be here to pod. Football season is here. How's everybody doing?
Y'all know me, blessed and highly favored, blessed and highly favored. Good day to pod, great day to be here. All of that, all of that. What's up with you, brother?
Man, as you would say, blessed and highly favored. Definitely doing better now that I'm talking to you two. You know, this is the official start to college football, man. So I'm super excited. Of course, we've been mentioning this all summer. Malik and I patiently been waiting on this. So yes, we are back with weekly content now. We're back in the season for that. So I'm just excited, man. Got a great opportunity this upcoming weekend to see my Alabama boys play again in person for the third year in a row. So that's a blessing. So man, I'm just excited, man. Ready to pod. Let's hop right into it, Drizzy.
For sure, for sure. As you mentioned, brother, this weekend marks the official start to college football this season. As some teams, they began last week. They had their first games last week. All teams will start or play at least this week, starting on Thursday. What are some of the things that you all are looking forward to for the start of the season?
Yeah, so me personally, I'm looking forward to seeing how, contrary, to what I say all the time. Of course, I'm looking forward to seeing Alabama, but I'm looking forward to seeing how some of these other teams look, Malik. I'm looking forward to seeing. I know Texas got a new start running back. He was the number one rated running back in the class of 2023. He kind of got banged up last year. I'm looking forward to seeing how Texas looks with their skill positions. I'm looking forward to seeing how Georgia looks. They got a big matchup, which we'll address later on in the show. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Like you and I just discussed before we hopped on air, Malik. Looking forward to seeing how Colorado looks. They got a big matchup coming up tomorrow evening, man. So it's of course there's a few teams, a few players that I'm looking forward to seeing. I'll detail what players I'm looking forward to seeing the most this upcoming weekend. But yeah, those are some of the key things that I'm looking forward to. Just seeing how teams look. Looking forward to seeing certain players perform that I've either played with on the game or been hearing about all summer long. So I'm just excited, man. It's the best time of the year. It's football season. I'm ready, man. What you got, Lake? What you looking forward to witnessing this upcoming weekend? I know you're gonna win you some money.
Yeah, hopefully, bro. But for me, it's probably just seeing what games. Well, just seeing how the new 12-team playoff work out. Just seeing how the committee goes with the selection process. Seeing what's an acceptable amount of losses you can have to still sneak in. Just seeing how the criteria go. It was always a conversation with 4. I'm sure it'll be a conversation with 12 as well. But um, teams are going to have to stay engaged, because it's not technically over now. If you get a loss or two, depending on how the loss or two comes. Uh, so really just interested to see in that, honestly, seeing how that shakes out, seeing how they do that process. And of course, always the Gators. It's a big year for my coach. But I think we'll navigate it pretty okay, hopefully. We'll see.
Okay, you kind of talked about some of the players and teams that you were looking forward to. Malik, do you have anything to add in reference to this weekend?
As far as players,
Players or teams?
player or teams, I'd like to. I want to see what Clemson looks like versus Georgia. I know a lot of people are expecting Georgia to win the game, but I expect it to be a good game just because Clemson has a lot coming back on defense. So that'll probably be one of the more intriguing ones for sure. I'm anxious to see how USC and LSU looks. I think they play on Labor Day, I think, or they play Sunday. I'm not
They play
sure.
Sunday, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So looking to see how them two teams look. Um, and then probably after that, yeah, my Gators, man. SEC, we got well, not just the SEC, a bunch of conferences, added teams this year. So it'll just be interesting to see, how some of the new teams fare in conference play. Because I know Oklahoma's got a pretty decent schedule as well, and Texas, they kind of got dealt a tough hand on their inaugural season in the SEC. But yeah, those will probably be the two on top of my Gators, of course. Got to see what we look like. But yeah, that's probably about it.
Yeah, me personally, I got about 5, 6 players that I'm looking forward to seeing. Specifically, Malik, I'm looking forward to seeing OK State's running back, Ollie Gordon. I'm looking forward to seeing how bro looked. I think bro was nice. Definitely one of the top running backs in the nation. So looking forward to seeing how he fares. Oregon's quarterback, Dylan Gabriel, a transfer, great talent. Looking forward to seeing how he looks in Oregon. I think Oregon's going to be really good this year, Malik and Dre. Miami quarterback, Cameron Ward. I've been hearing a lot about Cam Ward. Malik and I was talking about him last week in the group chat. So I just want to see, how he complements his athleticism, Malik, with his arm talent. I'm looking forward to seeing that progression from him. And then, of course, Jalen Milroe, my Alabama boys. Hopefully he can, have a strong case for the Heisman this year. He got a lot riding on him, man. So, of course, there's no added pressure from my end. I do expect bro to perform, but I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how he progresses, just, going through his progressions, being able to read coverages easier, being able to pinpoint where he's gonna go with the ball quicker. He has a very great, accurate deep ball, but it's his medium throws, his medium passes, those 20 to 15-yard passes that, I want him to be more consistent in completing. So I'm looking forward to seeing how he's improved, under our new coach. And last but certainly not least, definitely looking forward to seeing Travis Hunter, man. I think he's a great talent, Malik. Hopefully he can stay healthy. Looking forward to seeing what him and Shador do. That's why I had brought up, the Colorado game tomorrow. Really just want to see, what Trav looking like, man. He remind me of you, Lee, with just how nice he is on both sides of the ball. So definitely looking forward to seeing bro play, man, for sure.
Travis Hunter, nice.
Who Colorado got tomorrow?
North Dakota State.
Okay. Leak, you want to preview the Florida matchup for us this weekend?
Yeah, we play Miami. I think they're coming in ranked. We got them at home. Last time we played Miami, it was neutral site. We played them in Orlando a couple years ago with Dan Mullen when we beat them. It should be a good game. Like I said, Billy Napier, Florida's head coach, he's got a lot riding on this season. As long as he don't completely, shit the bed, I think they'll give him another year just based off of like the type of culture that he's creating. But he got to show it, and he got a good opportunity to show it. Game one, Miami's got they've got good trench play. I'll say that on both sides of the ball. Great offensive line. They got some good pieces on defense, but they are starting 7 new starters on defense, with the transfer portal and everything, they one of them teams that, kind of tried to flip their roster. But I think, we should be able to take advantage of it. A lot of that new continuity is coming from the secondary. That's why I mentioned the front 4 on both sides, or 5 in case the lineman, but I think that if Graham Mertz, if they put the ball in his hands, I think we should be fine. I think we should be able to take advantage of them through the air. The only thing I, could see going wrong is them, just controlling time of possession with that big offensive line they got. So hopefully, our front 7 comes to play. Because while Cam Ward is nice, Cam Ward also is a turnover, so if we could, force him to, turn the ball over as well, I think that'll give us even more chance to win. I am biased though. I'm not necessarily a believer in Miami or Mario Cristobal personally. I know he knows what he's doing as far as offensive line play goes, but I think we have a better roster. I know it's kind of crazy because everybody's picking us to lose and are silently saying Miami's back, but I've heard that a million times. I really got to see it. I don't think, flipping the roster over via transfers is really how you truly get it done. I expect Florida to win. That'll probably be one of my pick sixes. We're the underdog right now, depending on what book you get. You can get it at 3, 2.5. But yeah, that's how the game should go. I expect it to be a little challenge, as far as front seven work goes. But if we can, toe the line there, I think we'll be fine because we'll be able to take advantage of them with our playmakers through the air. I'm expecting a big year out of Graham Mertz. He led the league and he led the whole nation in completion percentage last year. And he only had like a couple picks. He doesn't really turn the ball over, so I'm expecting them to put the ball in his hands a little more this year. And we got the playmakers to do it. So that's how I see it going.
Don't y'all have the number one quarterback in the nation sitting behind
Yeah,
him?
he's his backup. Yeah, DJ Lagway. I expect him to play at least a couple plays, just getting used to the environment. You know what I'm saying? You know, uh, just getting him a taste of what that SEC feel like. And that's a great atmosphere to go game one. The swamp gonna be rocking. We didn't knock out plenty of the top 10 people in the swamp. Hell, last time Alabama came there, we almost beat y'all last time y'all played us in the swamp.
Yeah. We gotta go. We gotta go one year, Malik. We
We
gotta
do.
see what
We
that
do.
energy like in that, brother. But yeah.
Yeah, that's all I got for my Gators, man. I know it's a little biased, but you know, I'm a Gator fan.
Hey, gotta start out swinging. Y'all schedule, they didn't do y'all no favors. We talked about that before. So
At all, yeah. At all.
gotta bang it out, man.
Hey, what you got?
Yeah, so my Alabama boys, y'all know we fifth in the nation. That's our lowest preseason rank since 2019, right? Um, I don't take it as disrespect, but I hope the guys do. I hope the coaching staff does. Use that as a chip on your shoulder to incite us to prove the nation wrong. A lot of naysayers, a lot of people out there think it's going to be different vibes now that Coach Saban has left us. So I'm looking forward to seeing how we look with this tune-up game. No disrespect to Western Kentucky, but I expect us to dominate in true fashion. Specifically the players that I'm looking forward to seeing how they look is Jeremy Bernard. He's a transfer that came over. Looking like that's going to be our number one receiver. So I'm looking forward to seeing how he looked. Malik, there's this kid named Kendrick Law who was getting reps last year, here and there. Super fast, super talented. I'm so intrigued with how he's going to look with more reps. Now that he's officially full-time starter. Justice Haynes, he was able to win the RB1 spot over Jan Miller. I want to see what Justin does behind that line, man. And of course, like I just mentioned, I want to see how Jalen Milroe looks now in this new offense. I know we're going to win. I want to see what the defense looks like, specifically our corners, because Malik, we had to replace Kool-Aid and Terry Arnold. You know what I mean? One of which was a first-round draft pick. So, we have upperclassmen that are starting, but we got some good recruits that came in, which I appreciate because they displayed their loyalty, still coming to, Bama. So, I'm excited, of course, but I'm really looking forward to seeing how the defense looks. Like I said, seeing how our secondary looks, because that's always a weakness of ours. Alabama normally has a strong front seven. It's the secondary that hurts us certain years. And Malik can attest to that. And then offensively, like I said, I want to see how we move the ball. We lost Isaiah Bonds to Texas. We still got Kobe Prentice. I would have loved to keep Isaiah Bonds, not to mention other names, but this just opened up the opportunity for other receivers, other upperclassmen to have an opportunity to really play. So I want to see what Kendrick Law does because, like I said, he's super fast. I think he's talented. So I'm looking forward to us dominating the competition, dominating Western Kentucky, winning that game, and showing the world that we're still here and we're not going nowhere anytime soon. So.
Yeah, I got Keon Saab too. It's a transfer from Michigan.
Yeah.
That came over.
So overall, going into the season, who all do you predict to win their conference? As far as the Power Five goes.
Well, it's just a power four now, technically.
Yeah.
Um,
Excuse my
nah. You wouldn't.
uh
Is
what's
the
it
way they
called?
just
My
move
producer.
conferences and stuff. Yeah, they just kind of like
Producer
Yeah.
is
done the Pac-12. The Pac-12 is a conference deal, but I think it's like a couple teams. I think it's like 4 teams or
Yeah,
5 teams.
we
So
yeah.
yeah, um,
trying to set me up for success. My bad, guys.
yeah. SEC. I don't know, man. That's why I'm anxious to see. I don't think it's going to be super hard to see somebody go undefeated, man. Maybe in other conferences, but definitely not SEC these days. It's just like even Georgia is as good as people think Georgia's going to be. Like you can't just necessarily pencil them in like you have been. Just because of the schedule they got to navigate. Um, but hell, just a shot at it. I'd take Alabama to win the SEC. I think if the board could unlock Jalen Milroe all the way, uh, I think they got a chance to possibly win it because I like how he calls plays. So SEC, I'll go out on a limb and say Bama somehow repeats. I don't think it'll be like I said, they might have a loss or two, but I think they still repeat as SEC championship. I mean SEC champions. ACC, I'm gonna go with Clemson. I seen Florida State this weekend or this past week. You know what I'm saying? It's back to regular scheduled program for them guys. Um, I don't. Miami's never won the ACC, and I'll always tell people this. I don't know why you picked Miami to win the ACC when they've never won it. Miami, the last time they won a conference championship, they were in the Big East. Since they've been in the ACC, they haven't won it. So I'll never pick Miami to win it. So I'm gonna go Clemson over there. I think they got the best defense, and I think they'll be able to ride that. Um, Big 12. Big 12, I'm gonna go ahead and say Utah wins it. I like Cal Whittingham. I like how he coaches football. I think he'll find a way to win that. In the Big 10, I'm going to go with Ohio State. Uh, I think them and Oregon will play a few times, and they might even trade wins. But I think Ohio State will, grab that. So, uh, yeah, that's my Power Four champions right there. Just giving it a shot. It's gonna be so hard though. Schedules are so crazy this year.
Avon.
Yeah. No, he surprised me, man. I'm a little taken back. I won't lie. He definitely surprised me. I'm taking O State.
Okay.
Big 12, I'm taking W.
WU should have won 10 games last year. I think a lot of people don't know that. And they got a lot coming back. I'm scared to pick them against Penn State week 1, but
I
they should
know.
be a good team though, for real. They
I
should be
know.
a
Yeah,
solid.
nah, yeah. And I'm just being optimistic here, but this is one of the years I think W is genuinely going to be good though. This one year I'm throw that out there. ACC, I got Clemson winning it. I want to see what Cam Ward do in Miami though. You know what I mean? But like it's to your point, it's hard to trust Miami because since we were kids, bro, they never were like the same after they lost that natty to O State. It's been weird for Miami. You
I
know what
think
I
a
mean?
lot of people guessing with Miami, crystal ball from that Saban tree. So he been having practice clothes and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? So ain't nobody really got to see a good look at him. They got a good transfer in from Oregon State. They got Oregon State's running back. He transferred over with Cam Ward. But like I said, bro, I mean, Cam Ward can throw the ball. Don't get me wrong. He just also a turnover. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know you were speaking on his athleticism. He kind of uses his feet to throw the ball, bro. He's kind of like you'll see Saturday when he runs, bro. He's like Shador, bro. He's not going to really take off on you. You know what I'm saying? Like he just going to probably extend the play with here and there with his legs, trying to make a play to throw the
Gotcha.
ball. But he's a throwing quarterback more than anything. He not taking off on nobody, which is why I'm interested to see why everybody's so high on him. I just can't wait to play him Saturday. Sorry to take that over, but yeah, we don't believe in Miami, bro.
Nah, you good, bro. You good. What's the name? SEC, of course, I got Alabama. But I know it's gonna be tough, man, because like we discussed and like I've said before, Texas gonna be nice. You know, Georgia gonna be nice. Just to name a couple, man.
Missouri gonna be nice, and they probably got the easiest schedule of everybody, as far as contenders in the SEC.
Yeah.
You know,
And then I'm gonna circle back to the Big Ten, like, cause, bro, I think Oregon really gonna be tough, bro. Like,
Oregon was good last year,
yeah, bro, they got a lot of returning starters.
bro. Them and Ohio State probably got to play a few times, bro. To be honest with you, so that's why I said I'm just taking Ohio State, but I can 100% see them trading wins. You know,
Yeah, just I mean,
possibly 3 times if they even see each other in the playoffs, but they
right,
probably will see each other twice because divisions ain't a thing no more in conferences. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
So
So,
they gonna line it back up in the conference championship.
exactly. You know, so they
So
could possibly play 3 times, including the playoffs.
I'm gonna go back and say Oregon. I'm gonna say Oregon, because we just don't know. Oh, State got the talent, but I don't. Ah, is the quarterback really proven? You know what I mean? But they got. Don't get it twisted. They still got the skill positions, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to
They
seeing that.
just they need the quarterback not to mess it up for him, bro. I'm not a full believer in their quarterback either. Like,
Yeah,
he lost his job at Kansas State for real, for real. That's why he transferred to Ohio State. If people didn't know, the quarterback, they got a young quarterback at Kansas State that's better, that they was going to start. That's why he left Kansas State. So you lost your job. Yeah, you upgraded team wise, you know what I'm saying? But that says something, if you got pushed out at your old school for real. Just good for him. He got the land at O State. So as long as he don't mess it up, I think they'll be fine, because Chip Kelly's calling plays for him. But if they get into a game where they gotta, sling it around, it could look.
so, oh my
Don't be
God,
surprised if USC make the Big Ten championship. I'm sure Lincoln Riley gonna put a good offense out. They say they're supposed to be a little bit better this year, so we'll see.
a little bit better on offense.
Defense,
I was about to say,
hmm defense. We'll
hey,
see.
we'll see. Yeah, that Big Ten no joke though. You know that's hard nose, hard mouth football right there. So
Yeah, they just got some finesse in there though with them two teams.
yeah,
I heard y'all mention a bit about the Penn State and W game this week. Who you got winning it?
I've been high on W all off season. I told people because I seen the spread at it started at 16 or something like that, something crazy. I told people to hop on that, you know. But getting closer to the game, I'm taking Penn State. I'm not going to tell you to take the points or anything because I know W will probably play them tough, especially after last year. But yeah, I'm gonna take Penn State with this one. I think Penn State just got a little more talent. Uh, and they kind of need to have a good game, to be honest with you.
he's on the hot seat. Coach Franklin is Penn State's coach. He doesn't really fare well against ranked opponents. So it's going to be interesting to see how the season goes as, they really tap into their schedule and play tougher opponents. Because I like him as a coach, but I didn't know his record was how it is, Malik, against top 10 opponents. Like he is on the hottest of seats. Like,
Well, I'll tell you that WU went 0-4 last year against ranked opponents. So they kind of got that same problem.
same problem.
But the one game Penn State did look good last year which is what brought their hype, was the W game.
Game. Yep.
You know, Drew Aller, you know, now that people ain't big on his throwing and don't know how good he is, that's Penn State's quarterback, but he had his best game probably against W last year. He threw for over 300 yards, 3 tugs, you know. So
Yeah.
that he had his coming out against W. So we'll see, man. It'll be interesting.
Home game at noon in Morgantown, West V. I'm taking the guys, man. I'm taking the Mountaineers. Upset alert. First big win in years against Penn State. So I agree with bro. Penn State's definitely more talented. I wouldn't bet on it by any means. But you know, just to kind of be the risk taker as far as predictions go, taking the crib.
Word to it. Bro, you also mentioned Shador Saunders. And he's become the first player Nike signed to an NIL deal. With that, Colorado starts their season tomorrow. We mentioned that earlier in the show. What do you all think their record is going to be this year? What's your prediction?
I had a question before. Is Juju not is that not an NIL deal Juju got? She is in the Nike commercial, you know.
Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure of the contract or whatever the case
Yeah.
may be.
Is she just an
Maybe they meant,
athlete? Is she
maybe
just
they
a
meant,
Nike athlete completely? Like I don't know. Because I
Yeah.
know she was in I know she was in the commercial that they aired, you know what I'm saying, a few weeks
maybe
back.
she didn't just get it. But maybe she didn't get like a NIL deal. Like maybe she was just in the commercial. You know what I'm saying? A cameo.
She might just be a full blown. Can you just be a full blown athlete at this point?
You can. I mean, you can do cameos. They could pay you like as a contractor.
Got you. Okay. For
But
sure.
I'm
I
not
just
sure.
wondered that because I'm like, she was just in a Nike commercial. And that was the first time I'd seen a college player anywhere in the Nike commercials. I was
I'm not sure.
got you. All right.
Yeah.
But
So to answer you, Malik, he must be the first football player to have an
now
NIL deal with Nike because she
that
does
makes
have an
sense.
endorsement and an NIL deal with Nike.
Okay, that makes sense. He's the first football. I was about to say that gotta make. I'm like, because they just put Juju in their commercial. That's got to be
Yeah.
something, right?
Yup.
Okay, that makes sense then. Because I haven't seen any other football players get deals like this besides the Branch brothers at USC. They both just got signed to Jordan. They the first Jordan NIL athletes, football players, bro.
That's
Yeah,
hard. Yeah, that's hard.
yeah.
We out there
Uh-huh.
in them Jordan cleats. Yeah, that's wavy.
Nah, yeah, for sure.
Again.
But I see Colorado winning 6 or 7, man. I think they'll have a better year than last year. I think they, you know, let a few games slip away from them that they shouldn't have last year. Schedule's not too crazy. I can see them picking up 6, 7 wins for sure, making a bowl game.
Malik, I said 8 max.
Yeah,
So we
8
right
max.
around the
8 will be
same.
max for sure. So yeah, we're right around the same.
We're right around the same number,
They can have a better year than last year. I can see 7.
Hey,
7
man, real quick, Dion, you gotta stop acting like that, man. I see how you try and treat the media. That happens to everybody, OG. Not just you. You know, it's nothing personal against you. You know what I'm saying? I think with how flamboyant you are, you know what I mean, and you know, just the way you carry
I
yourself.
don't
I
think
love it.
flamboyant is the right word, but
Huh?
I don't think flamboyant is the right word.
What
I
you
mean,
mean?
I get it. I get it. Like you just mean like how like
Flash
how
is.
flashy
Yeah,
and cocky. Yeah.
yeah. Like that. Y'all don't think how he, you know, acts, that's of course that's gonna warrant some energy from the media. So
Yeah, I
it
think the
kind of
only
baffles
thing.
me how he responds to that. Like the stuff
Yeah,
you say and do, how you talk. First of all, how you be talking to the kids. You feel me? Of course, people, come on. I don't mind it. Again, I don't mind it because I get it. You know what I mean? We gonna keep it real. You know what I'm
how he
saying?
talk to the kids though? What you mean?
Just
Right.
like I didn't. I'm gonna be all the way honest. I didn't like, but it was honest, right? But like, if that was my son, and you telling me like, yo, go ahead and hit the portal. I got luggage coming in. It's Louis. You know what I'm saying? And just certain stuff that I just feel like he's brutally honest. Like I didn't like that one game. I forget who they played, Malik. But after the game, he was like, man, hey, if any time is the time to beat me, right now is the time. This is the worst we're gonna be. He basically threw the O-line under the bus. Threw the O-line under the bus. So it's just certain stuff like that. Like, I don't like how, he uses the kids as scapegoats sometimes. You know what I'm saying? That's just me being completely honest. I didn't like how he threw his lineman under the bus. I didn't like how he was like talking to him in that opening meeting, but that is honesty. So one hand you can look at it as, hey, he kept it a buck. I might as well get out of here. On the other hand, it's like, it's not the reason why I say how he talks to the kids. Like, I don't think it's the most encouraging thing, right? I'm with being honest. It's tough. It's a business at the end of the day. But as a coach, you have a duty to be encouraging still. Because we just had a segment last week where we was talking about coaches making and breaking players' confidence. So
I
that's
think we got to be careful how we judge. Like, I think when we were talking about like coaches making and breaking, it's like, those extreme circumstances where you're actually setting out to go against the grain or go against your player, right? You're not setting him up for success. But in Prime's, I think in his case, it's more so like, again, like you said, it's a business. We didn't hear the rest of the conversation, right? Or the rest of the meeting. We heard those clips. But it's like, if you don't want to be here, I don't want you here. If you're not gonna work, I don't want you here. You feel what I'm saying? We gotta also understand, because I've been on both sides of it, where it's like, this is your livelihood. You got kids that don't take this stuff serious. But if you don't win games, you going home. You gotta find another job. So it is that serious. It's not gonna be peaches and cream all the time.
yeah.
Because I got to come in here and set a precedent. I got to come in here and set an example. I got to set a standard. Otherwise, I'm setting myself up for failure.
That's true. I agree, both of y'all, for real, for real. I think he is extra sensitive when it comes to the media. Like you said, they're gonna write whatever they're gonna write. But I do also think that there's lines that shouldn't be crossed. And the one reporter that the school had to come out and make a statement about and said that they're not taking questions for him. I think he was, crossing the line in some of his reporting that he was doing. As far as the name calling, he was calling Dion, you know what I'm saying? Like calling him a false prophet and all types of shit. Like that ain't got nothing to do with football, you know what I'm saying? You attacking my character now, and whether you like me or not, don't be putting that front page in the news, you know what I'm saying? I'm not no false prophet, and I'm sure he took that extra serious because, Dion a religious man, you know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So, yeah, I see both ways of it. Like Dree said, you do got to come in and set a standard, you do got to, with him, he gets a little more leeway because that program was so much in the gutter, you know what I'm saying? And he himself, has taken that brand, you know what I'm saying, through the roof, just by being who he is. But yeah, I can see both sides. You can't be that sensitive, but you also got to keep it professional. You know what I'm saying? Because I am here to do a job, and whether you like how I'm doing it or not, you know what I'm saying. Just keep it critical about that. You know what I'm saying? Don't take personal shots at me.
Personal shots. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that has a lot to do with it too. Like, a lot of people are like, they're sensitive to who he is, like, because of how proud he is, or he's sure of himself as a man and always has been. Like, they take every opportunity they can to jab at him. You know what I'm saying? So I get, again, it kind of comes with the territory, but at the same time, it's like,
He doing it a different way. Like that
yeah,
that rubbed a lot of people wrong. Like I said, I see both sides of it. I feel what Kay talking about because like, all right, you come in and like you said, say that is one of my kids who, like, you know what I'm saying? I know my kid work, but he clearly got an agenda of who he wants to bring in and how he wants to flip the roster, you know what I'm saying? You say that to the kids, you know what I'm saying? You throw the kids under the bus or whatever. But like Kay was saying, you had a bad season with that Louis luggage, and then, you come, like Kay said it, like I said, just saying that, basically throwing his lineman under the bus, you know what I'm saying, at certain point in time of the year, you know what I'm saying? I can see why people would be taken off by some of the things he does because it's not traditional. You know what I'm saying? We don't know if it works or not because nobody's ever done it this way, But that's why you also gotta just keep the main thing the main thing. Criticize him about what some of the moves you think he's doing and some you don't think is right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But just don't ever make it personal. I think that should be clear though with the media.
Nah, for
Don't make
sure.
it personal.
I could tell y'all for sure that when a coach comes into a program and you got a whole bunch of kids that you didn't recruit and that don't have relationships with you, because you can say what you want about programs, but coach usually generally kids go to school because of the relationship that they built with those coaches, right? So when a new coach comes in, you can already kind of feel the disdain. You feel what I'm saying? Like there's already some ill feelings about that previous coaching staff maybe leaving or getting fired. So regardless of the circumstance, there's gonna be some type of, feelings about that. And then you got this new guy coming in and you trying to fill him out. Is he gonna keep me? Is he not? You know, I gotta prove, my value, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, essentially all over again. So it is perfectly normal for folks to come in and try to get rid of who they can. Like they going what they say, like low hanging fruit. They don't get that low hanging fruit out the way first, right? Boom, that's roster spots for the people that want to transfer over, stuff like that. Because if you got a full roster and you want to transfer some folks with you, you want to bring some people with you, you got to get rid of some folks, right? So I'm gonna cut that low hanging fruit. Most of the time it's gonna take care of itself because some people are gonna leave with that coaching staff or because of that coaching staff, right? And then from there you got to see who really want to be there. Like I lie to y'all not. My sophomore year, my freshman year, my coach, they in the school they parted ways. We don't know if they got fired, blah blah, whatever. They parted ways. The new coach came in, and he made us prove it. Like prove that we wanted to be there, and it was crazy. Like we did 2-a-days all of preseason. So from October to the first game, and mid to late November, we were doing 2-a-day practices. Like hard practices. It was like there's no ain't no 2 days for a week or you got hell week. No, this was a month and a half of hell, 2 days, things like that. And a lot of people, it wasn't the end didn't justify the means. So by the end of the season, beginning of the season, we might have had like 15 people. By the end of the season, we finished the season with 8 people. And went 20-10, I believe, and went to the WNIT tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
See, that's the opposite of that.
Yeah,
Dion,
yeah.
he changes. What he bring in like 50 something new players or something like
Yes.
that. Like that was it's completely unheard of. Normally, like when a coach on the football side, like they'll inherit a team and they're already like given built-in leeway because those aren't their players. You know what I'm saying? They'll make a few transfers, bring a few of their players in, you know what I'm saying? But you ain't never seen nobody like completely just flip a whole roster the way he did, I think. And just for it not being successful, I think that somehow in the way, put in the media's minds that, they could attack him a little harder because he's giving them untraditional. I think they went untraditional with their reporting, you know. And like I said, it's a certain line, like if you want to be critical about what I'm doing, because like you said, Dree, I got a job to do regardless of what y'all think. Y'all still gonna be writing here, whether I'm here or not, you know what I'm saying? Like this is your job, I will be gone if I don't flip this program around, So like I said, I see completely both sides of it, to be honest with you. That's why I expect them to try to have a better season this year. We'll see for sure.
For sure, for sure. Um, with that being said, we talk about another coaching legend. Shout out to Coach Saban who retired as of last year. Who do you think is going to be the new face of football? from a coaching perspective.
Kirby
That's
Smart.
another thing. Hold on, my fault. I just got to mention this and we can move on. But people get mad at Deion for being Deion, but people don't get mad at Saban for being Saban. It's like, oh, well, he wins. That's just a winning culture. Like, he could say he not answering questions, quit asking him questions, all of that stuff, and it'd be, it's whatever. But
I gotta play devil's advocate now. Saban ain't never kicked. He ain't never did what Deion did to them. I'm gonna just be real with you. What Deion doing to the media is it's just never been done before. They ain't seen
yeah,
it done like that before. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? You ain't never seen somebody legit have the program make a statement to tell y'all like we ain't taking questions from him no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, after he already Deion himself told a CBS reporter before that, a week or two before that, that I'm not talking to you. You know what I'm saying? Because of something that y'all published, whether it was local or not, is CBS, like he said. So we ain't taking questions from CBS. I think
he
I
got
think
a lot of player in him too. Still though, you got to think about it from
that's
that.
probably what it is, to be
It's
honest
like,
with you. That's probably exactly what it is, Dre. Like he's still thinking from the player's perspective a little bit, uh, which I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but I think it's a little different for sure. I don't think we've seen Saban. Saban is like Belichick, you know what I'm saying? He might not give the media anything, which you're not really. All you gotta do is talk to him, you know what I'm saying? You ain't really got to give him nothing. But Deion, though, I ain't never seen Saban do what Deion did. I ain't never seen a coach do what Deion did. I'm gonna be real with
Yeah. We love Dion, man. That's the culture right there. You know what I'm saying? It's just certain things. Like I said, I'm not taking it personal, K Vaughn. But if that was my son, I don't know.
I'm trying to tell you, you're gonna hear a lot worse for real than into the portal. Like I
Well,
got
not necessarily that. It's Dre, I'm telling you. Malik know what I'm talking about.
yeah,
They
I'm
lucky I can't
sorry.
remember
Like
the game.
that's what I'm saying. Like it gets real between them lines.
Like, bro, you really gonna blame? Of course, everybody
you.
know.
Deion is it's all unconventional. Like I'm gonna keep it all the way at being with you. Like, there's people out there that think, he doing all this to help promote his son. You know what I'm saying? Like if you notice, like, Shador follows Dion wherever he goes, there was gonna be no quarterback competition. My son's starting, you know what I'm saying? Like he go out there, his son take 50 sacks and he go blame it all on the offensive line. Like we don't see Shador out there holding the ball all the time. Like he out there worried about his stats not getting rid of the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all so different, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I say he can't be like sensitive about the criticism, because what he doing, you know what I'm saying, and the results he got from what he's done so far, it's just completely, it just looked different, and I got respect for Dion, you know what I'm saying? That is the culture. I love what he doing, but like Kay said at the beginning, the media, man, you never gonna be above criticism with them. That's their job. That's their livelihood. They got to get clicks. So you're gonna see some headlines, some misleading headlines, stuff like that. Like that's all part of the game. As a coach, though, you're supposed to have an extra level of maturity about you. As long as you don't keep it personal, we can do that, But like the CBS thing, I think CBS ranked Dion like the worst Power Five head coach, and he had a problem with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's just their opinion, bro. Like you can't ban a media member or ban a whole conglomerate because they said they don't rank you high. They don't got you rated as high. You know what I'm saying? That's an opinion base. Um, that ain't even really a personal shot. it, I hope he gets success, man. We gonna see. But yeah, there's multiple ways to look at Dion. But he is, I think, and this is the last thing I'll say. I think while he is trying to change the narrative on being the head coach and being a program leader and putting his own spin on it, he has to understand that just because you're doing that untraditional way, you ain't gonna be able to do the media untraditional way while you in that profession. Like that's just, they gonna come how they come. Like I said, personal shots, go at them. ban them. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I feel that 100%. But if they rank you last, bruh, like you got to deal with that. Like I don't, I don't even see the argument there. Like you got to deal with that. You can't be banning people because they not high on your coaching. You know what I'm saying? Y'all won 4 games last year. Like let's be honest. Like any other coach, they would be on the hot seat. They would be talking about where's the program going? You know, you completely flip 50 players. Where are you taking this? Are they that good? Y'all won 4 games. Are y'all gonna get better? You know, like I see it. You know, so I just see both sides to be honest with you. But shout out to Prime, man. Much success to him.
Word is
He in a
bond.
good situation for sure. I think they'll be able to, if he stays there and recruits the way he should and the way he has been. I think they'll be able to win the Big 12 here soon for sure.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you got Kirby as the as
Bro, Kirby was the head of Kirby was the face of college football before Saban walked out of there. It was just hilarious that he couldn't really beat Saban. You know what I'm saying, like that. I think he only got 1 win versus Saban,
he
which
won in
was the
5
Natty.
against us, Lake. Hey, yo, like you told me in the chat, I can't even be down about that one because we was down at both our receivers was down. Like
Yeah,
you said, they ain't, like you said on Twitter, bro, they ain't have nobody that could have guarded Jamison Williams. You know what I'm
no,
saying? So
that's a fact. He was gonna have a field day. That's a fact. That's a fact. But yeah, I think Kirby's been the face of college football. You know, Kirby almost three-peated. He should have had a chance to three-peat. You know, they kept him out because they lost to y'all in the SEC championship, which I didn't like. Uh, winning 29 straight games, we lose by 3 in the SEC championship. We should still have a chance to go play for it. But yeah, man, I think it's Kirby Smart for sure. Just the way he got Georgia, the way he's recruiting, you know what I'm saying? He's recruiting just like how he did for Saban, man. He's bringing in these monsters on defense, putting these great athletes on the field, getting them to buy into the culture. You know, it ain't about stats. You know, you're going to accumulate your stats as we get better as a team, and that's going to put the draft eyes on you. That's going to put the NFL's eyes on you, you know. So, yeah, I think it's Kirby, man, for sure. I don't think it's really nothing to talk about, man.
I agree with you, but somebody that I think is in contention, Malik, if he has a little bit of success, that's the nerve wracking part of it. You know, it's going to be Dion. What young athlete, that comes from a poverty stricken situation, you know what I mean? An inner city kid who would want to play for Dion. That's the epitome of what our coaches was like growing up. That's the big homie from the hood. He just so happens to be a head coach, just so happened to be an NFL star, arguably the best DB to ever lace him up. Right. So I'll be honest, like I said in the chat, and I'll admit it on the pod, somebody like him made me nervous when he came, into FBS college football, because I'm like, dag, somebody like that is going to even the playing field on a recruitment level. Right. And I think he has a great opportunity if he has success. The face currently is definitely Kirby Smart. And, I appreciate you acknowledging Coach Smart, because I know you had a little, the jury was still out on Coach Smart a couple years ago because you just thought his late game decision-making was janky.
Not no more, man. Yeah, he ran off 2 natties, almost 3 after that, bro. Can't say nothing about Kirby.
And, that's been my guy. That was one of Coach Saban's most loyal coaches on his staff. He stayed the longest out of everybody, and he waited for the right opportunity. I was never mad at him for leaving to go to Georgia. That's his alma mater. I mean,
that's the only job he was leaving for, bro.
Feel me? So you look at all those rings we ran off, man. You know what I mean? When we first built the program back up, it was Kirby that was with Coach Saban. And I appreciate him for that. You know what I mean? So always got love for Coach Smart, always respected him. I hate that he did beat us that one time because Bryce Young didn't get it. He didn't get his ring that, he was leading the team on. But,
Yeah, he deserved one more than anybody, bro. For real, probably. I ain't gonna lie to you because he was willing them to wins, bro.
But Malik, I still watch that game against Auburn. where he let us down, man, to tie the game. I still watch like that last series, just like just to get ready for football. I promise you, I go back and watch that. 'Cause I was so nervous, but the way he just calmly led the team up the field, Leak, it was insane, bro.
That's
Insane.
kind of nice, man. I like Bryce. He definitely deserved one. If Jameson don't go down, though, I think y'all can beat Georgia twice, which is hilarious.
All right, it's your favorite time. CSN pick six.
Hey,
3. Kayvon, give me 3. And then we out of here.
Mine's is easy. I got mine right now. Take Clemson plus 14 versus Georgia, or 13 and a half, wherever you get it. I like that a lot. I like Clemson's defense to come out and, cause a little problems as well. Georgia might win the game. They might win the game by 2 scores. But I just don't see them beating down on Clemson, like that, with Clemson having such a good defense coming back. So I take that. I would take Notre Dame plus 3.5 versus Texas A&M, or plus 3, depending on what line you get. Notre Dame is starting a fresh offensive line. A lot of people are picking them to lose, off of that. Just thinking Texas A&M is going to control the trenches, be able to wear them down and get the win. But Notre Dame's going to have a great defense as well, man. And I don't see anybody on that Texas A&M offense that gives problems. They talk about the defense a lot, but on that offense, I think Notre Dame will be able to clamp down on them and also make it hard for them to move the ball. So that should be a low scoring game. And then, like I said, take the Gators, man, money line. Plus 2. I don't think it's went to 3 yet. You know what I'm saying? You might even get it lower than 2. But like I said, I think the Gators have an overall better roster. And I think if we put the ball in Graham Mertz's hand, we'll be able to, you know, take advantage and beat Miami pretty convincingly, personally. So that's my 3.
hey, my 3, real quick. So I'm taking Alabama, of course, against Western Kentucky at minus 31.5. That shouldn't be any issue for them to cover that. Next, I got Oklahoma State. They playing South Dakota State. I'm taking Oklahoma State at minus 9.5. I think that's another opportunity. I feel like, for our listeners to make money betting on that. And bro, some of these spreads leak are wild. Like as far as like some you got minus 37, minus 42. It's opening week, so it's tough. You know what I mean, to predict. That large of a turnout. Like as far as like the disparity in the points. So I wanna stay away from those big numbers as much as possible. But we're gonna see. My last one is Iowa. I'm taking them at minus 22.5 against Illinois State. Now I know Iowa normally struggles to score the ball at a high clip, but that's always been a great defensive team. And I don't expect it to change, especially against Illinois State. They should be able to cover that at 22.5. So we'll see. Those are my 3 for our pick 6 segment, man. The return of our pick 6. Now that we back with football, man. Real quick, I know Dree said this was the last segment, man. Like I told Malik when we first got on the call, tomorrow marks the 3-year anniversary of when we started this podcast, man. A lot of ups and downs with us, not us as a group. I'm just talking about us, each having our own personal battles to overcome, whether it be stuff going on personally, being sick, Dree traveling for work, Malik traveling for work, working 10, 12 hours, Dree the same, and still being able to hop on the pod, man. I know I say this a lot, but I wouldn't want to do this with anybody else. I couldn't think of a better trio than us 3. You could put us up against anybody. We got a D1 hooper, a D1 football player, you know what I'm saying, and Malik. It's just a perfect combination. So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Please stop asking us, are we still doing the pod? That's insinuating that we broke up or we fell out. That's never going to happen. We locked in. These are my blood siblings. You understand what I'm saying to y'all? I'm closer with them than some of my own family, just keeping it a buck. You know what I mean? So that's never going to change. So I love y'all, appreciate y'all. I'm happy to be doing this with y'all. 3 years went by fast, man. And rest in peace to Fino. Real quick, Fino, we was well, not let me not say we. I was nervous to start the pod. I just, I wanted Dre and Malik know me. I wanted the show to be perfect, before we started. I wanted everything to be set up right. I wanted the YouTube to have a certain look. I wanted the equipment to be a certain way before we started. And Malik, shout out to my brother, man. Malik would go with me to the studio before we even started on Friday nights, Saturday nights, and just sit with me in the stew just to record, just to practice. Y'all ain't never heard none of those runs. We would just be recording just to practice. That's why the chemistry is the way it is with us. There's things that I don't say that Malik pick right up. Same thing with Drizzy. You know what I'm saying? So that all came with practice. Us knowing each other. Malik and Dre went to school together. Quick fun fact. You know what I mean? Malik and I lived across the street from each other. Quick fun fact. Dre and I used to
We
walk
all
out.
went to school together at C
Oh,
Middle.
yep, middle school, yep. I used to walk to meet Dre in the snow so we could walk to this gym together. You understand what I'm saying? Like Malik and I have been through, we done been in the trenches together. We got some stories, yo. You know what I'm saying? So I know I'm kind of being long-winded here, but it's been a great 3 years. I like I said, man, I really appreciate y'all, man. Trying not to be emotional because I love y'all so much and appreciate y'all so much. Real talk, man. I just really appreciate y'all. Love y'all, gang. Real talk. Y'all loyal as y'all can be, man. I appreciate that. Real talk. Because that don't come easy, you know. I know they say you figure out who your real friends are as you grow older and as you go through trials and tribulations. And I just appreciate y'all, man. Real talk. So
Brother.
For sure, brother, for sure.
More to come.
For sure, for sure. I did want to do a quick WNBA recap. We had a good week last week. Sorry to, that was very I mean, that was very touching
yeah.
about 3 years, but we do this, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But great weekend in WNBA hoops this week. A lot of records have been broken or tied, or people have, entered into the greatness chat. First and foremost, y'all's girl Caitlin Clark. She became she had the most 3-pointers by any rookie since I think Ryan Howard in 2018, I believe. So she just broke that record this week. Also, Asia Wilson, she just joined some greats such as Diana Taurasi, Brianna Stewart, and Maya Moore with having multiple 40-point games in the season. With her, I think she just dropped 42 on some folks in a loss to Dallas. She's been balling. And then the Phoenix Mercury and no, not the Phoenix Mercury, the Connecticut Sun, excuse me. Connecticut Sun and the LA Sparks just sold out their new gymnasium with over 19,000 fans in attendance. Also wanted to kind of piggyback off of our conversation. Last week. One, I apologize to Kay off air, but to apologize to you too, League, like regardless. Um, like I told Kay, I wasn't mad. I just was over the conversation. Right. And
We know you
yeah,
went mad. That's why we was laughing about it. We was like,
yeah.
oh, she had enough today, man.
Right,
When we
I was
finished the
just like,
combo, yeah, it
oh,
wasn't. I already knew. That's why I told Kay, I'm like, me and Dree have talked about this like off camera, so she know like that I'm really just providing content here.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not
And
really.
so I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
trolling me right now because I'm like, this guy. But and no, real talk though, I did just want to, I guess kind of reiterate my point that um it's a group effort as far as the WNBA goes, as far as that viewership continuing to rise, those fans continuing to come. I think I looked at a stat and it said that viewership has increased since 2017 consistently. It dropped to an all-time low in 2017, but it's increased every year since then. And I really want to shout out the allies, which would be, you all as sports fans, Kobe's, the Chris Pauls, the Steph Currys, the Kyrie Irvings, who actually put money where their mouth is, right? They they not necessarily donate, but they invest in the women's game. I think I read that in 2008 they only showed one women WNBA game on TV. So shout out to the networks and stuff too for also believing in the game, which also helps grow the game, grow the business. As I said before, you put in or you get in what you put out, or you get out what you put in. Excuse me. So yeah, that was the only point I was trying to make. No
And
nonsense.
piggybacking off of your point you was trying to make, which I wanted to say, I was reading something the other day. That the game that Aja played Angel the other day, that was like the second highest rated, game watched all season, almost close to 2 million viewership, And that's without Caitlin Clark. But that's what we was, trying to say, or that's what I was really trying to say is just as far as just riding the rookie wave between her and Angel Reese, like they're clearly bringing eyes, It ain't just Caitlin Clark bringing the eyes. Of course not, I know it is a little, it brings up some unnecessary conversations, But really what I was just trying to get at was just, just saying like, the world we live in is such a microwave society, So if it is based off of them trying to put these two girls together or against each other or whatever, just kind of ride it because it's all going to help, everybody else, And I've seen a lot of people like shocked that that game had so much, viewership because it didn't have Caitlin Clark, but that's the best player in the league playing right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you not want to? Why would you not want to tune in and watch her play? The young rookie stud as well. So I was just really just kind of saying like, that there's money, there's more money, more viewership, there's more growth. All that shit is coming for the league, no matter really how it got here. I was just saying that, I think that they all should, you know, just try to take advantage of it as much as they can, you know what I'm saying? They have been, to be honest with you. So I will apologize as well, Drizzy, for trolling you last week. But I was just, trying to play devil's advocate for real, just trying to give people a different side of things.
No,
It's all love, man.
it's all love for sure, for sure. Shout out to the game. 3 years
Shout
in
out,
it.
man.
And
Saying that went by fast, man.
it did. They kind of piggyback off what Kay said. We've seen both sides of it. We have another podcast that didn't even make it to a year. Or we made it to a year worth of content, but after that it kind of subsided. So it definitely takes all parties to be dedicated, to be focused, to be engaged, in order to pull this off. So it's not on one person's shoulders. Like Kay said, we all have lives and very busy lives at that. But we find a way to make it happen regardless of being tired, sick, whatever, we usually try to pull it together for at least an hour to, give you all something to listen to. But yeah, so appreciate y'all boys.
Love y'all, man.
Yeah, love y'all.
Y'all know the vibes, man. Hey, as always, well, is there any unreadiness, anything you want to state? Malik, yeah, shoot. Malik, you ain't went yet. You know what I mean? Anything you want to state on the 3-year anniversary, man, for I send us off?
No, to be actually honest with you, I don't have any unreadiness. I think if I had anything to say to people, it would be like I said probably last time I had some unreadiness. Like, y'all parents got to do better when it comes to youth sports, and that's all I'll say. Y'all got to do better. Y'all not teaching y'all's kids right. We know a lot of y'all wasn't like that either. So why you instilling?
They don't know though, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, why you instilling bad things in your children, bad characteristics in your children, just because it's stroking your ego out there. I'm not with that. It's a lot of people that take their time out And, you know, shout out to the people that really take their time out to work with the kids because they want to work with the kids. They not trying to stroke their own ego or they ain't got some underlying agenda. You know, a lot of people do that as volunteer work, you know. So get off them coaches' backs, man. If you think your kid is better or should be better or should be playing, you take your kid out there to work on this game. You pay for your kid to get a trainer. You know, you do extra work with your children, you know. I don't like that y'all just putting it all on the coaches and you know, causing real issues, you know what I'm saying? People getting into real fights and stuff over what the kids out there doing, you know, that's corny.
Corny.
Corny, you know. Whether we was coming up, you know, it was a certain level of respect, you know. We all got parents, we all got strong opinion parents as well, you know. So if something needed to be said, something would always be said, but it ain't never have to do with, you know, play my kid over this kid or you hating on my kid or you know what I'm saying, things of that nature. So youth sports parents, get better once again. Um, and let's get ready for football.
Hey man, roll tide. Y'all already know. Man, as always, we appreciate the support, y'all. It's been 3 great years. We're gonna keep going. You know what I'm saying? Please continue to like, subscribe, share, and view the content. Holla at me if you want a hoodie or a t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? We got hats coming soon. Holla at me, man. We love y'all, man. Peace and blessings. Thank you.
Peace.